Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing there. But welcome to J.P.'s World of Wrestling. I'm your man J.P. Once again, thank you for tuning in and watching what I do. So like I said, job's going pretty well, and I've got 3 days off. This is day 2 of my 3 days off. I just did a bunch of videos. This is probably going to be the last one I do for today, just because I'm tired and I just want to relax. So, anyway... So we're talking about the Royal Rumble, my favorite pay-per-view of the entire year, especially with the WWF. And here's my Volume 1 Royal Rumble box set. You can see it's worn out. You know, inside, you know, it's cracked. And this top one is kind of broken away from the rest of it. I kind of just lay it on top like that. But I've seen this box set, this volume especially, many times. I've watched all those DVDs many times. And my late first wife, God rest her soul, she was a big wrestling fan. And a lot of times when the mood just struck her, we would be home together and she'd say, hey, let's watch some wrestling. I'm like, oh, okay. I was always in the mood. I'm like, what are you in the mood for? She's like, oh, let's watch the Royal Rumble anthology. So I'm like, okay. So we'd probably watch the first 3 Royal Rumbles. The next day, if we both had it off, we'd watch the next 3. You know, we'd keep going. You know, she was more into the modern stuff than I was, but we still watched it together and had a good time. So, but the subject of today is the 1989 Royal Rumble. Now, the 1989 Royal Rumble was the first one to be held on pay-per-view, because the previous year was just on regular basic cable. I think it was on USA or MTV or something like that. But anyway... But yeah, the 89 Royal Rumble, oh man, so it was pretty good, I gotta say. So yeah, it's the part that's broken off, but 89 Royal Rumble. Let's look at this card together, shall we? It's okay. Oh yeah, so yeah, there was a 6-man tag, Hart Foundation, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus the Fabulous Rougeaus and Dino Bravo. 2 out of 3 falls. Fabulous Rougeaus and Dino Bravo won the first fall, and then Hart Foundation and Hacksaw won the second 2 falls, partly because Hacksaw snuck in a 2x4 shot, which obviously Jesse Ventura was not happy about. He's like, he should be just fined and suspended for that. That's a bunch of crap. Anyway, and then there was a segment where the wrestlers were drawing numbers for the Royal Rumble, and DiBiase drew a number, and obviously he drew a number that he wasn't happy with because there was some shenanigans that happened, and then he traded numbers with one of Slick's guys because he brought Slick over and started talking to him or whatever. So, yeah. Oh, that devious DiBiase and that devious Slick. Oh boy, Okay, so, and then there was a segment, the Pose Down. Ravishing Rick Rude and the Ultimate Warrior did this boring segment where they were posing, and the fans would determine who was winning, which is stupid because obviously the fans are going to cheer for the good guy. So, obviously that was the whole idea, but kind of stupid on the part of Rude and Heenan. So, I mean, did they really think the fans were going to cheer for I don't know. So, at the end of this segment, Warrior was posing, and Heenan squirted something in the Warrior's eyes, and the Warrior was supposed to react to it, like, oh, my eyes, but he didn't react. So Rude had to think on his feet. He took the flex bar that he was working out with. He hit the Warrior with it. He started choking him out with it and attacked the Warrior. And then there was more fighting backstage when Mean Gene tried to interview Rude about it. Warrior chased him out. So, yeah, kind of a boring segment, but at least it ended with Warrior getting beat up. And I'm not, and if you're an Ultimate Warrior fan, that's fine. I just, growing up, later on, I mean, because I was a fan of him when I was a kid too. But later on, kind of watching his stuff, maybe not so much. But just, that's just me. So then we had women's title match, Rockin' Robin and Judy Martin. Rockin' Robin won, but before the match, Sensational Sherry challenged the winner of the match, whoever it was. Okay, and then, Mean Gene, a bunch of... Oh yeah, and then there was a match. So, there was a bunch of boring segments, but then there was a pretty interesting, compelling match. It was the King Harley Race versus the King Haku. How could there be two kings? Well, Harley Race was the king, and then Haku was they were trying to kind of build him up, and they were figuring something out to do with Haku, and Harley Race was kind of on his way out of the WWF. So they had Haku kind of steal the crown from Harley. So they had a match to determine who would be the real king. So they had this match. It's a pretty good match. Both guys really good workers. It was a really good match. But in the end, Haku ended up winning with a devastating thrust kick to the chin. And I actually really enjoyed that match. So then, we got to hear a bunch of comments from participants in the Royal Rumble. Guys were talking, oh, I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. Next guy, oh, I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. Next guy, oh, I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. You see the pattern here. They were all saying, because obviously a guy's probably not going to win. He's like, yeah, I'm probably not going to win. The odds are not in my favor. I've got to wrestle through 29 guys. I don't think I'm going to do it. No, that's not a competitor spirit. You got to build yourself up. I'm definitely going to walk out the winner. I'm going to win this thing. So we had the Royal Rumble match. So Hulk Hogan and Macho Man. At this point, Macho Man is the champion. He won it at WrestleMania, but so Macho Man's in the ring, and the Twin Towers are in the ring, and Hulk Hogan dumped Boss Man and Savage out both at the same time. Savage got angry because they were the Mega Powers and they were supposed to work together. Savage got in Hogan's face like, what are you doing, brother? Oh, you eliminated me. Oh, yes. But Elizabeth was able to kind of patch things up for the moment. They shook hands. Akeem was still there, so him and Hogan started battling, and eventually Hogan's got thrown out. But Big John Studd ended up winning this Royal Rumble. Obviously, DiBiase bought number 30, but, Big John Studd, he didn't need number 30. He was, I think, number 27. He came out, and he wanted to work with Akeem, because Akeem was the biggest guy in the match, so he wanted to take Akeem out. So he was fighting Akeem in the corner, and anytime one of the other guys tried to help him, he would elbow him and get away from me. I want to wrestle Akeem. So eventually, Studd forearmed Akeem in the back. Akeem went over the top, and then Studd ended up eliminating DiBiase, winning the 1989 Royal Rumble match. Bing, bang, boom, and that was pretty much it. And then Macho Man Randy Savage was then interviewed by Mean Gene, where Macho Man's like, nope, nothing going on with me and Hogan. We're good. Obviously, that wasn't the case. We all remember what happened at WrestleMania 5 when the Mega Powers exploded. But that's not what this is about. This is about the Royal Rumble 1989. Sorry, I'm fidgeting with my leg. My pajama pant legs are kind of riding up on me. Anyway. So that is the 1989 Royal Rumble. Overall, I give it a thumbs up. I liked it. I enjoyed it. And it was pretty good. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's going to do it for this video. What'd you think of the 1989 Royal Rumble? Leave in the comments below. And if you're new here, please feel free to like and subscribe. And I will see you next time.